Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And I might do one of these types of videos like every year starting from this year, but this is going to be the top 10 best songs of 2020. Now, there weren't many artists that recorded that many songs in general in 2020 due to the pandemic, especially bands due to the fact that they can't see their bandmates because they either live far from them or they're really cautious about the whole COVID situation or what have you. There's not been many artists recording that many big songs in 2020, though there still have been a few for sure that have made the charts for sure, like Falling in Reverse's Popular Monster made the charts, especially this year. But I think people still really do enjoy their music this year, sitting in their house listening to music or whatever to take their minds off all the BS that's going on right now, all the insanity. And this is going to be my top 10 songs of 2020. Now, there are many songs I enjoyed this year actually in the genres I'm into. Some of them, of course, aren't as popular as others, but number 10 we had Desperate Pleasures by Every Time I Die. Now, there's, I think, still some good hardcore coming out for sure from bands like Every Time I Die, GBH, and many others. They sound a lot different than they used to because of higher production quality nowadays than there was back then for bands like this, but it definitely does fit well in the modern era of hardcore, I think, and I think these guys are definitely very underrated in the hardcore genre, and I think they do deserve more praise for making a sound that's, I think, a lot more people would enjoy if they listened to actually. And some of the riffs in this are definitely some of the most headbangable riffs of the year, honestly, in my opinion, and are definitely worth listening to. Number 9 is PTA by the Lawrence Arm. Now, the Lawrence Arms have been making some really good music over the past few years for sure, and they've always been making good music, but over the past couple of years they've been making some great stuff, sure, and this is a good example of it because we have a lot of insanity going on right now, and these guys are definitely a good band to go to for relatability during these times and, you know, trying to get through these times. These guys are a really good band for that, and this song definitely proves that. And they're more of a melodic band, which I like about them for sure too, and they're kind of in the alternative punk world and known for the more melodic kind, which I definitely do enjoy for sure. And I think that they're one of those bands that definitely deserve more praise for that for sure. And in the midst of the pandemic, these guys really helped me through it actually. Being by myself in my house, not really having much to do, these guys really helped me pass the time for sure when I was just bored out of my mind and wanted to go somewhere but couldn't. These guys definitely really helped me through it, so yeah. Number 8 is All For Sale. Now, these guys bring me some nostalgia actually to the Punkorama days where bands like the International Noise Conspiracy were even getting on compilations that were more like post-punk kind of alternative, kind of almost like the Hives and bands like that, which were also included on it. But these guys definitely do remind me of that time, and there are definitely some pretty solid songs that they make for sure, and they do remind me of the International Noise Conspiracy in a way due to their sound, which I kind of do like about them actually. And the sound, I think, is pretty good. It's not my favorite sound of all time. These guys did it really well actually, and that's why they're getting number 8 spot on my top 10 songs of the year. So number 7 is Stay With Me by In Flames. Now, this one might surprise some people, but I think In Flames is making kind of a comeback in a way. Of course, there's a lot of, you know, hardcore death metal fans out there that would kind of disagree with that probably, but I like other stuff besides just death metal, of course, and that's why I think In Flames is making a comeback with this. Their past albums, the past few ones have been, some of them have been really good, some of them have been not so good, but this, I think, was one of the songs that stuck out for sure. Even if, you know, a lot of these hardcore death metal fans, you know, will disagree. Of course, everyone has their personal preference, but I think these guys are making a comeback and making something that I think is definitely worth listening to. The acoustics of the song are great, honestly, and of course they start out with the acoustic parts, which can definitely be relatable. The lyrics can definitely be really relatable, and near the end, of course, they amp things up a bit. They get the electric guitar and everything in it, which I think really shine for sure too on this. I think their lead parts are definitely getting better again, and this song was definitely a comeback for them, so yeah. Number 6 is Maybe She Will by Greg Graffin. Now, I think this song shows how good of a songwriter Greg Graffin really is, and Brett Garowitz is also a great songwriter too, but I think Greg Graffin is also a great one, and they're definitely two great members of Bad Religion and always have been, and have always been adding a ton of great stuff as a songwriting to the band, and without either one of them, I think the band would definitely be a lot different. And this one right here just shows Greg Graffin is still a very good songwriter, very good lyricist. And this one definitely shows that he can write very well about all sorts of different things, from social issues to stuff like this that's more kind of slower and more almost dance-like. I won't consider, of course, what most people will consider dance-like, but I mean old-fashioned kind of dance-like, which I definitely do like about it for sure. And it definitely sounds like a song that would be in a Family Guy episode or something too, honestly. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but to me it sounds like a song that would be in a Family Guy episode almost. And of course, I definitely do like Family Guy, especially the old Family Guy, and I still enjoy it kind of to this day, not as much as I used to, but especially back in the day, I really used to enjoy Family Guy, and this definitely brings me back to those days for sure, and I definitely go back to them for a day if I was given the chance, so. And number 5 is I'm Done by Drag. Now, I'm not into too many bands that are like a Drag, especially those European bands like this that are kind of like Limp Bizkit, but on a way lower scale of Limp Bizkit. But these guys actually do a decent job at this genre and are actually pretty good with their way of coming across in this compared to a lot of the bands in the genre. And there's, of course, songs I enjoy more than others by this band, but this one is definitely my favorite one for many reasons. From the beat of this song to the energy of the song, it's an all-around pretty much just great song in the genre, and of course it sticks out I think a lot compared to a lot of other songs that are in this genre nowadays, especially the ones that are from Europe. And I think these guys do deserve more praise in this genre than what they're given right now, which some people know who they are because they're signed to Epitaph, but I think a lot more people that are into this genre should definitely listen to these guys, because they definitely do stick out compared to a lot of the other bands, and I feel like a lot of people that are into this genre that haven't heard of these guys would be into them. And number 4 is Smokestack by Alkaline Trio. Now, I've always loved Alkaline Trio. I think they're all great songwriters, honestly. Matt Skiba's a great songwriter, Dan's a great songwriter, and of course this one was written by Dan, and this definitely does show they can make a great acoustic song. This is one of my favorite acoustic songs by Alkaline Trio, to be honest, and this one was on the new EP that they actually made of 3 songs, and the whole EP is pretty great, honestly. This one sticks out to the most to me, because for an acoustic song, for sure, this one is very good and very melodic, and they definitely sound like they were just having a good time with this song, which kind of is a good thing, especially with this year being so insane. And this definitely shows the Alkaline Trio is still a great band, honestly, and I think they're definitely underrated, considering Matt Skiba is in Blink-182, and not many Blink fans actually know about Alkaline Trio as much. Some do, of course, especially they're starting to learn more now that Matt Skiba's in Blink-182, but I think still not as many people know about Alkaline Trio as what it should be, for sure, and this song definitely shows why that is. And number 3 is Teenage Slumber Party by Screeching Weasel. Now, these guys are an all-around great band, honestly, even still to this day, and especially like the more skate punk kind of genre. These guys are still making music like that to this day, even if it's not, you know, the most popular thing around, which I definitely do like about them for sure. And this song reminds me so much of how I got inspired on guitar with the riffs in it, for sure. The old Blink-182, Screeching Weasel, Green Day, bands like that made riffs like this, which are definitely a lot like mine, and I take much inspiration from even still to this day. And number 2 is Ghostwriter by the Lawrence Arms, and I have 2 Lawrence Arms songs on this list, but it's for good reason. Like I said before, the Lawrence Arms are one of my favorite newer bands of today, pretty much, and there's so many reasons why these guys make so many melodic songs that you can relate to, and that you can definitely hear the feel to, which I like about them. And they're much like Alkaline Trio in the way that they're great songwriters, great instrumentalists, and just an all-around great band, you know. And this song I can definitely relate to as being a songwriter myself, which is why it's number 2 on this list. And even the music video is pretty decent, you know, and I think it's one of the best music videos of the year too, honestly, and it's definitely worth watching. So number 1 is All That's Left Is Love by Angels and Airwaves. Now, this one may surprise some people as well, considering, you know, this is my number 1 on here, and some people like Angels and Airwaves more than others, especially in the whole Blink-182 fan world and everything. But I think this definitely does prove that Tom DeLonge is still a great songwriter, and the fact that he can write about something meaningful and add some really great melodies to it and make it just a great great song altogether. Still, we're yet to find out if there's actually an album coming out or not, or what, from Angels and Airwaves, but for what they put out, it's been pretty decent over the past, couple of years, and this song is definitely probably the best song I've heard from Angels and Airwaves recently for so many reasons. It starts out slower, which I like about it, and kind of pulls deep into your emotions, and at the end it gets amplified more and becomes more anthemic, which is definitely great about the song, and that's why the song is honestly my favorite song of the year, because it's anthemic, it's deep, it's personal at times. It's just an all-around great song, and I think Tom DeLonge definitely does deserve the praise he's given for his songwriting. And I've heard stuff about him returning to Blink. Who knows if that's gonna happen or not? I don't know. He's definitely made it certain that he may return to the band in the future, though, honestly. And honestly, I'd like if he actually rejoined the band. I think they could actually make a decent album if they all got back together again. And still, though, Angels and Airwaves, they made a great song this year, and they do deserve #1 spot on the top 10 list. So that is my top 10 songs of the year. Let me know what your guys's are. Maybe I won't know, who they are, and I check them out and I actually like them. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what your guys' top 10 songs are in the year in the comment section. I will see you guys later. Peace.